Hi guys, it's Lily. So guess what? I couldn't wait another month to start using my Hobonichi Weeks. It was calling out to me saying, there must be a way. Find a way. You can start using me now. And so I did. I cracked. I've set it up and I've started using it, even though the diary pages don't actually start until the beginning of December. So I thought I'd show you what it looks like. So you might have seen, if you saw my review of the weeks when I first got it, I'm using the clear plastic cover, which I really like, and that was a surprise to me because I don't like the cover-on covers for the A5 or A6 techos, but I like this one for some reason. And I've put this postcard, this is my favorite postcard, of the Elephant Postman delivering happy mail, and this is just a postcard from Paper Chase that I cut down a little bit to fit the weeks. And then I've got a 0.5 friction pen in the pen loop. And then here, this was another modification I made. So these were originally two bookmarks, that there is a black one and a grey one that you're supposed to use, I guess, for the weekly view and for the notes or something. And I don't like bookmarks basically as page markers. I mean, these kind of, fabric ones that go down to from the top to the bottom. I tried them with the cousin and the A6 Hobonichi, and I just didn't like them, and ended up sort of like sticking them inside the cover and not using them. I like tabs instead. So I basically I cut these down, and then I kind of tied the two strands together and attached these two charms to it. So they just kind of hang from the top like this. And they make this very satisfying sound. I had these on my pocket Filofax when I was using that as my personal planner, and I liked them and wanted to be able to carry them over and keep them now that I'm using a bound planner. So the bookmarks came in really handy for that. So when you open it up, I've got, first of all, this is my avatar, the Orcish Librarian. So if you've seen any of my other setup videos, the Orcish Librarian has followed me around from planner to planner. It's a magic card from the game Magic the Gathering. Yeah, and I like it because I spend a lot of time in libraries. And so I've just stuck it down with washi tape here. And then this is a picture of James that I've stuck to the inside cover with a glue dot, like a removable, repositionable glue dot, basically. That's what they're called, glue dots. And here on this pocket here, this is one of the things I really like about this cover, is that it has all of these pockets that are just like perfect for keeping stickers and stuff in. So I've got some various like Korean diary stickers, and I've decided that that's all I'm going to be using in this in terms of stickers, because they're very thin, so they won't they won't sort of bulk it up too much, and I'm going to use them quite sparingly, but I've just got kind of a nice supply here so that I can use them when I want to. And then inside here I've got a book of stamps and also an emergency £10 note, just in case I run out of cash and forget to go to the cash machine. I had that in my Filofax as well. So I've basically sort of transferred most of what was in my personal Filofax, the pocket-sized one, if you saw the setup video of that. But it all looks very different now that it's in a bound planner. I'm not using this flap, which is another way to mark your place. I'm not sure if I will start using it once the actual diary starts. I'll see. I kind of don't think so, because I tried it out and it didn't really seem. I like top tabs or side tabs better, but we'll see. So yeah, this is the other modification that I've made. If you can see here, I've put these. These are tabs from Post-it, and I mean Post-it brand. And they come in, they're different colors. They're really sturdy, but they're repositionable. You can write things on here. I've used these in my cousin as well. If you've seen the most recent setup video, I've got these in. I like them. They're fantastic because they're like a combination of sturdy but also removable, and I think they look nice. So I've got sort of one for each of the main sections, so I'll point them out as we go through. Okay, so going back here, the first section that we come to is the 2016 year at a glance. So this only starts in January 2016, which is a problem, but never fear, I found a way to use it. So I use this for tracking things like what time I get up and go to sleep, because I'm really, really bad at getting up early, and this is a perpetual goal of mine to get up earlier. So I thought I'd start tracking it so I can, I don't know, just kind of monitor. And so I started marking off different things here and just putting the dates in, because I wasn't going to use this. I'm not sure if you can see this here very well. Let me move it a bit closer, but you've got this space at the top, and then you have the calendar part down here. So I wasn't going to use this for anything. You could use this for all kinds of, like different things, like labeling, like say the things that you're going to track down here, you could list up here, or you could, like, I don't know, do bullet points or something for important things happening that month, or depending on what you're using this section for. But I didn't need to use this for anything. So I've just started writing the different things that I'm tracking up here, and this will give me enough room to keep me going until this kicks in January. Then we have a similar thing with the monthly spreads. So the first monthly spread is December 2015, which is great. That starts a month earlier than this yearly spread, but still not early enough for me. And what I'm going to use this for is tracking stuff that I've ordered. Essentially, that's going to be the main thing. So like when I've ordered something, mostly planner supplies, but like if I've ordered something else as well, that I'm, care about, like that I kind of want to monitor its progress. So I'm going to put in here when I've ordered it, and then when it was dispatched, so that I can keep an eye on it, like know when to expect it and know if it's taken too long or something. And the other thing that I'm going to use it for is tracking exercise. So my plan is when this starts properly to use this Hobonichi stencil, and I think I'll use the heart. Let's see if you can see there. That one is a heart. And so I'm just going to draw a heart in the corner of every day where I like do yoga or go cycling or something. And those are the only things that I'm planning to use this for. Other things might crop up as I, as I'm using it, but that's what I'm expecting to use it for. So I thought for now I can track exercise in here, because I've only got another 4.5 weeks until this starts. So I've just drawn at the bottom, I've sort of counted 5 weeks plus last week. I just copied that over from my previous tracking system and written the days of the week, so you can see that. So from Monday to Sunday. And then I'm using just one little box because this is all gridded, right? So so that was week 43. Probably can't see that. This is week 44. This is today, Wednesday. So I'm just going to tick off every day that I do the required amount of exercise, and that will last me until the proper monthly pages start. And then for orders, I thought I'd keep them here and here, so I'll just write down when I've ordered something and then when it's dispatched, and there's enough room for that there. And again, I wasn't planning to use this space once the actual monthly spread starts, because I don't need to keep other notes here. I'm going to be doing all of the recording in the boxes themselves, so this is extra space, so I thought I might as well use it in that way. I can start now. And so then we move over to the next section, which is the week. So this is the first one that I've stuck a tab on, because I thought the yearly and the monthly sections don't really need tabs because they're right at the beginning of the planner, so it's easy to find them. But I put this on in preparation of when the week starts. I've made yet another Hobonichi order. I think this is going to be the last one for a while, but I ordered the new SAT covers for my cousin and a 6 avec, and they've only just been dispatched now. I would have ordered them at the same time as I placed the order that this came in, but they weren't in stock. So that's just been dispatched today. I have to record that, in fact. So very eagerly awaiting that. And since I was ordering that, I ended up ordering all of these other accessories as well. And one of the things were they have some clear repositionable bookmarks that have like illustrations of animals on them, and I thought those were really cool. So I might replace these with them if they seem to work. That's what they're designed for. So I might switch them out, but it's the same idea. So this is the first week of the weekly spread, and I've already written something in here. So there's a birthday party here, and I've decided to use this side of the page for appointments or like kind of time sensitive things, and this side for tasks and things to remember and stuff that I want to do during the day or during the week, but that like it doesn't have to be done at a specific time. So I'll know if I look on this side, like this is appointments and things that have a set time. I like that. I'm kind of excited about this because I haven't used a planner in that way. My cousin, you know, because I use mostly the weekly spread, it's kind of all time based. And then my other planners that I've used, I've never had this kind of a division. So I really like the idea of having it separated like that. So this is, if you can see this one thing, this is this birthday party. And so because this doesn't have times on it, I've decided for appointments, at least for now, I'm using the circle stencil on the Hobonichi stencil, again, the green stencil. And so I just draw a circle here, and then I've written the event and the time. And because it's a party, I put this little cupcake sticker next to it. Also, you will see, if I bring it up close enough, that this is colored in. So I decided, as I mentioned, that I'm not really going to use very many stickers on this, but I thought it would be nice to like kind of give it a bit of color. And so I decided to try using mild liners, because I've heard a lot of people on YouTube mention them and they seem to be really popular. Like a lot of people like them, so I thought I'd try them. So I've got this set, I got this from Amazon, and it's got 5 different colors. And so I don't think I'll carry this around with me because this is my on-the-go planner, and it kind of defeats the purpose of it being so light if you have this whole packet of pens that you have to bring with it. But I thought when I'm at home, I can just like color in things. So I'm not color coding, at least not now. I'm just coloring in things, random colors, just to make it, you know, give it a bit of color without using stickers. So yeah, so I just colored that blue, and it could be that it will change, but because this is just my personal planner, I'm not anticipating to have like tons of different things that need color coding. I am also using this in a sort of more practical way, which I'll show you a bit later on. So that's what I'm doing here with appointments. So the week after, I've written in, I've got 2 dentist appointments, and then I've also got an appointment to get dreadlocks, which I'm really excited about, and I've been planning for a long time and growing my hair out in anticipation. So I've put those appointments in, and they're all like marked with a circle, and then I've just colored the circles in different colors and put the times on here. So the one thing that I'm not sure about how this will work is because I'm used to planners that have times, but here I have to write the times in myself. I'm not sure what will happen if I book something and then later it turns out that I have to book something else for that day, but like earlier in the day. So I don't know, like I'm trying to sort of roughly organize things by time. So like if something is in the evening, say, I'd put it down here in anticipation, you know, of maybe having something earlier on. I don't think it's going to be a big problem, because like I said, this is just my personal planner, and it's not like I have tons of stuff. Like I very rarely have, you know, like this birthday party is like, I don't know how often I would go to a birthday party. This is the first one that I can think of in living memory. So it's not like I have tons of like personal, you know, like appointments and things like that. So I don't think it's really going to be an issue. And then another thing, I guess, is that because it's a small space, I'll look at the whole box. So if I have more than one thing going on in that day, I'll like remember to check all of the different appointments so that I don't like miss something at 10 because it was written below something at 12. But I'm going to try to keep that from happening by kind of roughly sort of like trying to anticipate where things are within the space. And then obviously there's nothing on this side yet because I haven't actually come to these dates yet. But the idea is that I'll write all of my like kind of to-dos and things to buy and other stuff to remember over here. I might also track exercise and water intake here. I was thinking of tracking water somewhere along here because this has got the grids, which are really convenient. So I mark like I'll show you later when we come to it, by the half liter. So like one of these grids, one of these boxes would represent a half liter. It's really easy to do it like that, but it's kind of nice because you got these 3 lines down here. So it's like dedicated spaces. So I could just write water there and then use the stencils. So I think I might do it like that because it's, you know, then it's got its own dedicated space as opposed to this, which is kind of in the middle of the to-do section. So I don't have anything else here as yet, because, well, yeah, the diary hasn't started yet, so that's fair enough. And then if we go over to the next section, this is where the note section starts, and I put another tab here. And I have sort of gone a bit mad here with stickers. So I really like this table of contents, and I've divided my note section into 4. So the first one is planner video ideas, then planner video notes, then stuff to buy, and general notes. And so those are the 4 sections, and I don't think that I'm going to divide it any further into different sections, because that's all that I had in my previous planner, and I think that's all I need. And I like the idea of having, you know, like kind of enough space for everyone, like, you know, kind of a lot of pages for every one of those sections. The only other possible thing I was thinking maybe I might want to divide, I might want to allocate some pages for like notes about planners, because seeing as how this is my personal planner and like planning is my main hobby, I might want to have some pages that are sort of dedicated to like not notes about planner videos, but just like kind of ideas about how to use planners that I've ordered and set up ideas and things like that. But at the moment I'm just going to put those in general notes because it's not like, I don't think they really need a dedicated section. And I've worked up sort of the number of pages, and they're all kind of odd pages. So kind of ideally I would like to have it like, say, the first one, planner video idea, starts on page 1, and then really the next one should be like page 10, and then 30, and then 45 or something. But the way that I worked it out, somehow it came up with these random numbers because I thought I'll need this number of pages for X and this number of pages for Y, and that's how it worked out. So I don't know. Yeah, I might change that. And then I just put some more of these Korean diary stickers here. So these are kind of symbolize things. Well, these are just like kind of general happy positive ones, like sort of for motivation and happiness. So this one says lucky day, this one says sweet day, that one says happy. And then this is a girl writing in what I like to think is a planner. Don't know how well you can see that, but she's writing, and definitely could be a planner. And she looks very happy, and she has a cup of tea next to her. So that's me doing planner related stuff. And then next to planner video ideas, I've got these 2 little icons of like film icons. And then next to planner video notes on the other side, I have a like picture of it's like a book or a planner and a pencil. And then next to stuff to buy, this one says cash and this one says card. So yeah, that's probably the most decoration that I'm going to have in this. And then here I have in this first section, this is planner video ideas. So I've just put a tick box, and this is again from this Hobonichi stencil. I've got 2 Hobonichi stencils here, but I'm not actually, I've never really found a good use for the ones on the blue sheet. It has some things that you'd think would be useful, like an airplane and a movie and a book and shopping, but I think for this they're a bit too big. And when I've used them before, I've used them a few times before, and I've somehow never really been satisfied with how things came out. So I've got it in here, but I mean, of like how they ended up looking when I used the stencil. I don't know if it was the thickness of the pen, but I've tried it with like 0.4 pens, which are, you know, pretty thin, and 0.38. So I don't know. This one I really like. This has just got shapes. And so I kind of have the feeling that I'm probably just going to stick to this one. This has got like the heart, and it has stars, and it has like clovers and the check boxes, which I love. Those are the ones that I use all the time, and that's what I've used for these. These fit, this list of row of check boxes fits the grid, the boxes in the A5 and A6 Hobonichi perfectly, but somehow it seems to be a little bit out of line for these grids. These grids must be a slightly different size, because I've noticed that if I do a whole row of them, it ends up like kind of getting slightly out of line, but it's not a big problem, because when you start over again, you just move it up a bit, and so it doesn't cause too much of a problem, but that's just something that I've noticed. So yeah, these are planner video ideas, and I will not show them so as not to reveal all of my secrets. Then I've got, a bit further on is notes on videos. So those are just a few upcoming ones. And then the next section, which also has a tab, is stuff to buy. And I've just put this little sticker here that says Journée de shopping. So the thing about this list is that at the moment I'm using this for like anything that I remember that I have to buy. And again, I've just put in the check boxes. But the plan is that when I start using the weekly spread, things that I think of that I have to buy that day or kind of immediately, relatively soon, I'll just put in here. And this is going to be more for long-term things, like a wish list, or things that I know I need to get at some point, but I'm not sure when, and I'll leave it until later. So I don't think that I'm going to have to use tons and tons of this. I mean, this should last for quite a while, because it's not like this is my kind of main shopping list. So for example, I was thinking that I'll probably need to get a spare cover for the weeks, because I've heard people say that the cover on covers sometimes wear out or split, and so it occurred to me that that might happen with this, and because this is kind of essential, I would need to have a backup one. And when I ordered this, I didn't think of getting more than one, because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. So they're not in stock now, but I think in February, when I undoubtedly place another order, when the spring Hobonichi stuff comes out, then I'll order one then. So that's that section. And then the next section is just the general notes section, but at the moment I'm using it for like a bullet journal, because I can't use the weeks. Luckily I don't really have any appointments at the moment, but I'm just using this kind of as a planner. So if I had an appointment, I'm not sure what I would do with it. I would probably write it in here. I kind of check this, because this is sort of like my weekly to-do list. That's how I'm using it. So any appointments that I had, I would put in here. And I'm just doing this at the moment as a running list. And then I've put my water intake tracker here, and this is enough for 1 week. So I've worked out that the rest of this should cover me until the weekly pages come into effect, because I've got another 4 weeks. So what I'm doing here, normally what I do is when I've completed a task, I just cross it off. I know I put the check boxes in, but I don't actually tick things off the check boxes. The check boxes for me are just a way to kind of differentiate one task from the next, especially if you have something that's long and runs over one line. Just where I see a checkbox, I know that that's a different task. But somehow ticking the boxes it's not enough for my brain to register that that thing is completed. So I like to have the whole thing completely crossed off. But what I've done here, just kind of for variety, is I thought I'd use the mild liners and cross off, and instead of just crossing it off, I've highlighted it. Again, the colors are random, just for variation. I read that somewhere in maybe it was a Filofaxy blog. Someone suggested highlighting the tasks that you've completed, because it kind of is satisfying. It shows you, it makes it easier to see what you've accomplished. If you can see all these things that are highlighted, you're your brain is wow, I've done all those things. So kind of partly because of that, and partly just to give it some color, I've been doing it like that. I'm not sure if I'll keep doing it like that, because sometimes it smudges. So I don't know if you can see here, but a bit of highlighter went over onto this page, and because the highlighters aren't erasable, I can't erase it, and that kind of annoys me, even though that's stupid, because it's not like this is a museum piece. This is eventually going to get, it's going to be full of writing, and it's going to be all mucky, so I shouldn't really be too precious about it. But I'm not sure whether or not I'll keep doing that, but I've been doing that for now. Yeah, so I'm just kind of writing down tasks as I go along, and hoping that this won't take up too much space, because I'd really like this to be primarily just for random notes. And then because I'm doing that, and I'm not sure how much, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get by with just this page and the next side over the next 4 weeks, because again, as this isn't my only planner, I don't have to write tons and tons of things in here, and I'm trying to be sort of particularly economical, because I don't want this to run out. Like, I want to be able to use this for the whole year, and I don't want to run out of room because I started using it a month early. So hopefully just this side and the next side will be enough to see me through, and then I'll have lots of note paper. So like from 43 to 71, so quite a lot of note paper. So the only other like kind of random non-to-do related notes that I've got at the moment are sort of plans for using my various planners. The ones that I haven't already got a use for. And no, actually, I've sort of made a list of the weeks is my personal planner. The Avec I'm going to use as a gratitude and vision book. The Cousin is my work planner. The Moleskine daily planner, which I've had for a few months, the 2016 daily planner, is going to be a shared gratitude book that James and I are going to use. And that one we were thinking of decorating a bit, just as like something to do for a few minutes every day, like kind of write down good things that have happened during the day. So I put that at the end so that it doesn't interfere with this, because I'm not sure exactly how much room I'll need for this. And then here I've just written a vision, like kind of things that I'm happy, things that I would like to happen for the future, which in retrospect I should have waited and put in the Avec when it starts, but I thought it doesn't hurt. Like, you can never have sort of like vision things written in too many places, and it's right at the back, so I'm leaving that there. And then you've got all of these extra pages at the end that I kind of wish that instead of these pages that they had some more note pages, because then it would really have like, you know, that would be a lot of note pages, but it's already a good amount of note pages. I'm just a bit paranoid because I've started it early. And then in the back here, in this back pocket, I've just got the 2 Hobonichi stencils. And then I have this week's notebook, which I mentioned in my sort of initial review of the weeks. And this I'm going to use for things that I want to be able to transfer over from year to year. So the idea is that I'll keep using the weeks as my personal planner, and I know for a planner addict that seems like a hilarious thought, that I would carry this over from year to year and not like have switched into 57 different planners by the end of 2016, but that's the idea. So I've copied in all things like bank details and stuff like that I just want to be able to access and have with me, but not have to copy over again once the year is done. And that goes in there, and that fits perfectly in here, which is another great thing about this cover. And then on the back, you already saw this briefly before, but this is another, I think this was it was some kind of a card, not a postcard, but like a birthday or some other kind of card from Paper Chase, and I just cut it down and put it in here, and it fits really well because I wanted to have something happy on the front and on the back. And I think that it's nice that I really like this blue shade, but I think it's nice having a sort of complement to it. Yeah, and so that's it for now. Obviously, this is only a preliminary setup. I have been using it for the past few days, and despite not being able to use, you know, the main sections yet, I'm really enjoying it. I love it so much already. Like, I feel like this is the planner for me. Before I was using a Pocket Filofax, and I've kind of always felt like at heart I'm a bound planner person. I sort of started experimenting with ring planners over the last few months, and there are some things that I really like about them, and I'm going to discuss this in a different video, sort of like pros and cons of ring planners. But I kind of feel like really sort of at heart I feel happiest with bound planners, and I think that this one is just perfect. I'm really looking forward to it kind of starting properly and being able to use the weekly spreads, but just from having written in a couple of things and using it as I am using it already, I love it. I love how light it is, I love the shape, I love the size. Yeah, I just love everything about it. So 2 thumbs up for the Hobonichi Weeks. So I'll do an update on this when I've been using it for a bit longer and when I've actually been able to start using the monthly and the weekly pages, and let you know how I'm getting on with it. And in the meantime, I've got another few videos planned for the coming week, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!